Hello, and welcome to Learning English Topics, the channel that helps you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent in everyday English. Every episode breaks down common mistakes, shows you how to fix them, and explains the difference between saying something correctly and saying it well. You'll hear a range of accents, learn useful vocabulary and context, and practice with examples you can really use. We provide subtitles in over 20 languages, but if your language isn't listed yet, just leave a comment. We're adding more all the time. In today's video, we'll look at what happens when the words are right, but the tone is wrong. It's all about register, formal and informal, and why things like "what?", "give me," or "you're wrong" might be fine with friends, but not with your boss, your customers, or anyone you'd like to take you seriously. Let's get started.
Have you any idea what the theme for this week's video is?
No, I'm usually the last to find out. I don't really get involved until it comes to the actual filming. Oliver will know. He writes the script.
I don't think he's here at the moment.
There's Emily coming down the hallway. Ask her. She might know.
Emily, hey, have you got a sec?
What?
Wow, I just wanted to ask if you knew the theme for this week, but don't worry if you're going to be like that.
Just saying "what" can sound cold, annoyed, even aggressive, and is considered impolite in most conversations. Let's see how Emily could have handled that better.
Emily, hey, have you got a sec?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Were you calling me?
Yeah, I've got a question about the video theme for this week.
Oh, it's all about using polite English so you don't offend people. I think they're still working on the script, though.
Thanks, Emily. That's really helpful.
This time Emily says, "Sorry?" I didn't catch that, but she could have used any greeting to show that she was being friendly. And then she asks a question to continue the conversation. So she could have said, "Hi, Addie, what can I do for you?" Or, "Hey, how can I help?" All of these sound much more friendly than just saying "what." Try them in your own conversations.
If you need anything else, I'll be in the studio.
Great. And remember, we're always here to help if you need anything.
Right, give me a coffee, black. No sugar.
Of course.
What?
Nothing. One coffee, coming right up.
Bring it to the table.
He talks like I'm a machine.
I think he has more respect for machines. I've heard him in the studio actually talking to the equipment.
Well, next time I'll let him talk directly to the coffee machine and see if he gets his coffee that way.
Or wait until there is a queue and then ignore him. That'll teach him to be polite.
Although, in English, we say that you order food or coffee, you don't actually order. It's polite to ask. Usually you would say, "Could I have?" Or "I would like." Let's give Max another go and see how he gets on this time.
Hi, could I have a coffee, please? Black, no sugar. Thanks.
Of course. Coming right up. Would you like me to bring it to your table?
Well, if you're on your own, you can sit here with us. If you don't mind chatting with us, that is.
No, I don't mind at all. It'll be nice to have some company.
Great. So how are things going?
Not too bad, but the machines are driving me mad.
I've heard that they can do that.
See? Polite and making friends. That's what we call a win-win. So remember, if you're ordering, you're asking. So say, "Could I have?" or "I would like." And don't forget to say "please." That bit is so important in British English. Sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. In our next sketch, we will see how even the most grammatically correct English can sound rude, so it's not all about saying it correctly. Sometimes it's also the words used that make a conversation right.
So, the past perfect is used when one thing happened before something else, right?
You're wrong. That's not how it works.
Did she just say that?
Yes, that's a bit blunt. But then Elle has never been known for her diplomacy.
But Mila has tried so hard to improve her English. She doesn't deserve that.
Don't tell me. Tell her.
No, she'll probably get angry with me. I'll just remember to be less helpful next time she needs something.
That's what we should all do.
Right. Okay, sorry. I'll try to do better in the future.
Just saying "you're wrong" is technically correct in English. There's nothing wrong with the grammar. But it is not the best way. Why? Well, firstly, it's direct. Too direct. Also, it sounds personal, even if you don't mean it that way. And finally, it shuts down conversation, making the other person feel embarrassed or attacked. In English-speaking cultures, especially British ones, how you say something often matters more than what you say. Being right isn't enough. You also need to be, well, nice. So, what's a better way? Here are some softer, more polite ways to correct someone.
So, the past perfect is used when one thing happened before something else, right?
I think it's more for when something had already happened before another event. Does that sound right?
Oh, that's what I meant. Thanks.
See? No embarrassment and more conversation. Let's look at another way you could try.
I'm not sure that's quite right. What about when something had already happened before another event?
Oh, yes, that sounds right. I must be getting confused.
And one final example.
I thought it was for when something had already happened before another event. But maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, no, that's right. It's me that's wrong. Thanks for reminding me.
Elle is really helping Mila with her English. It's great to see.
So remember, the next time that you want to correct someone, try, I think it might actually be, or, I'm not sure that's quite right. What about, or I thought it worked like this, but maybe I'm wrong. Remember, being right feels great, but making someone else feel good too, that's fluent.
Oh, hey Elle. I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to pitch a couple of ideas for next week.
I would love to hear them, but I have an appointment any moment. Someone trying to sell me something. Can I catch up with you after that?
No problem. Just call me when you're free.
All right, love. Just popping round with a top deal for your YouTube channel, yeah? I saw your vids. They're pretty decent, actually.
Oh, hello. What exactly are you offering?
We boost your subs, smash your likes, get you viral in like 2 weeks. No faff. Cheers, mate. Quick demo.
I'm not your mate, and I don't think this is the right tone for a business conversation.
Just trying to keep it chill, you know?
Let's pause right there. Jay's trying to be friendly, but he's using very casual, sometimes even rude language, especially for today's world. Let's take a look at what went wrong. All right, love, might sound friendly in some places, but in a professional situation it is disrespectful, or even patronising. To use an expression like this, you would need to know the person very well and be sure that they won't be offended. It is much better to keep it simple and just use greetings like "Good morning" or "Hello, I hope you're well." Subs, smash your likes, no faff. This is full of slang and internet jargon. It might work with friends, but in a pitch, it sounds unprofessional. It's much better to use clear, understandable vocabulary, like We help channels grow by improving engagement, views, and search rankings. And finally, cheers, mate. This sounds like you're at the pub, not selling a service. In formal English, you thank someone, not your mate. You might say, "Thank you for your time," or "I appreciate the opportunity to explain." Let's rewind and see how this conversation sounds when Jay chooses the right register.
Good morning. I represent Boostify, a company that helps YouTube creators grow their channels. Would you be interested in hearing how we can help?
I might be. What exactly do you offer?
We offer support with SEO, audience engagement, and performance analytics. If you have a few minutes, I'd be happy to explain in more detail.
All right, I'll listen. Just know I don't fall for bad sales pitches.
That's fair. I'll keep it straightforward.
When you're in a formal setting, like work, school, or business, use clear, standard English. Avoid slang, jokes, or overly casual phrases. If you wouldn't say it in a job interview, don't say it here. The same goes for writing a complaint letter. As you will see in the next sketch, if you want action, you need to sound like you mean business, while at the same time sounding like you know how to use language effectively. Let's see what happens when Max forgets that formality isn't just for grammar books.
Hi, Max. What's going on?
I bought some new headphones online and they're absolutely rubbish. They broke almost as soon as I started using them, so I'm writing an email to complain and hopefully get a replacement.
Good idea. Wait, is that the actual message that you're going to send?
Yeah, why?
Because if you want to be taken seriously, your language has to sound serious. Words aren't just decoration, they are your attitude on paper. Right now, your message says, "I'm angry," not "I need help." You're writing to a company, not just shouting in frustration.
When you're writing a complaint, especially to a company, every word sends a signal. Informal language, slang, or emojis can make your message sound careless or aggressive, even if you're just frustrated. Let's look at how Max can say the same thing, using more formal, respectful language that actually gets results.
Let's see if we can improve this email. First, you need to just delete this version. You started by saying, "to who it concerns." This should be, "to whom it may concern," or ideally, a name or department. Next, you said, "These headphones are absolute rubbish." You need to begin with context and then explain the problem. A better way is to say, "I recently purchased your product and unfortunately, it stopped working within minutes of arrival." The next line was, "Can I get a refund or what?" A request sounds reasonable. A demand sounds pushy. A better way to say this is, "I would like to request a refund or a replacement." "This is a joke. Sort it out," is another demand, and it would be better to say, "I would appreciate it if you could look into this matter at your earliest convenience." And finally, just ending with your name lacks politeness. You should always end with something like, "Kind regards," and then your name.
That sounds so much better than my version. Thanks, Oliver.
And there we have it. Max went from angry rant to polite professional without even needing a thesaurus. When you're writing to a company, sounding reasonable gets results. Sounding like you've had a bad day just gets ignored. So next time you're tempted to type, "This is a joke," take a breath, sit up straight, and remember what people will think of you. You'll be amazed how far good English can take you.